And welcome to Nancy's Neighborhood, folks, and it's great to have you with us here today. The sun is shining. In case you didn't recognize it, that is the sun in the sky, and enjoy it today. It is a little windy. Enjoy it today because I think tomorrow the cold weather's coming back. And I am so thrilled to have Jim Burleson on with me today from First Baptist Church. And Jim, you are the, I don't want to say what your job there, you're the Associate Pastor of Music
and Worship.
And Worship, okay. And you all have a super huge event coming up that I'm excited about, and I know half the community that was there last year is excited about. So I wanted you to come on today and tell everybody about, because it's this weekend.
It is. Thank you so much, Nancy, for having me. It's really an honor to be here with you.
Thank you, and it's nice meeting you.
As well, and thank you for the opportunity to just talk about this event. We're very proud of it. This is our 8th year to do the Sounds of Christmas, and people say, the Sounds of Christmas, that's the same title it was last year. Are you doing the same music again? We say, no, this is just a brand we're trying to develop that people will begin to look forward to every year. But we're very excited. It's a cast that has several hundred people in it, from choir to orchestra to band to dancers to technical media crew. It's just, it's really a very concerted effort on the part of a lot of people, and we're proud and excited to offer it to the community again this year.
And I think that's wonderful. And so you have one director that's going to be responsible for all of this multitude of people?
That is correct. His name is Dr. R. Tyler Brinson.
Okay.
We just know him as Tyler.
Tyler is going to be responsible for all of this.
That's right.
So the choreography and the way everything works and everything, when you're pointed to, you better be ready to go.
That's exactly right. Right. And Connie Gatlin, you probably know.
Oh,
Connie.
I know Connie. Yes, she's a dear friend.
She does all of our drama, dancing, coordinates all of that. Just does a phenomenal job. Has for every year that we've done this. And so there's one chief, and that's Tyler.
Okay.
But we got a lot of other assistant chiefs, you
okay.
know, and who are doing various different things. I direct a student choir at our church, and the students are singing. We have a director of our children's choirs. The children are singing. We have a director of the orchestra. The orchestra obviously is playing. So a lot of different sub-leaders,
right.
but under the direction of Tyler, and Connie being one of those with all of the drama and dancing and things like that.
And I think that's awesome. And I think Connie told me her dance students from City Ballet are performing. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and they are always just phenomenal.
Yes, they are.
And we'll sing these beautiful ballads and, you know, "Oh Holy Night" or something like that, and they'll come out and just do these gorgeous ballets that are just beautiful. But I'll tell you what, of all the things that, different elements of the production, it's worth the effort to get there just to see all the media and special effects. We have a crew that are just, they're geniuses. There's no other way to describe them. And they do all these things with lighting and video and just fog, smoke, you know, and things.
Wow.
It's just, it's incredible. You and I were talking before the show started about going to Broadway shows and things like that. I mean, we're not Broadway, but it ain't far from it, I'm telling you. It's just, it's amazing what they can accomplish. And they work so hard, and I just wanted to give them a shout out. Stephen
I think
Beasley
that's
is
great.
our
Yes,
media
I know
director,
Stephen, yes.
And his team is just unbelievable. There's no other way to describe them.
And I think that's great. And one reason I wanted you on the show is because I wanted people to know that this isn't just, and I'm not taking this away from any of you churches out there, because my church is going to do what's called lessons and carols, but this isn't just a carol sing.
Correct.
This is a major production.
It truly is. I mean, we put a big extension on the front of our platform.
Oh, wow.
For all of the, there's songs where there's a lot of dancing and choreography. We do a lot of secular songs from Deck the Halls all the way to the classic Christmas songs. And so I think it's something that reaches multiple generations, as well as people with multiple likes and dislikes of musical styles and things like that. It's a very, very eclectic production that I think people will really enjoy. In fact, I know they do, because we get comments, and there's no charge. You know, it's our gift to the community at a cost to the church of thousands, tens of thousands of dollars. And so it's something that we offer as a gift to the community. We have child care provided for birth through pre-K, so birth through like 4-year-olds.
Right.
And so you can bring your children and know they'll be taken care of and in a secure environment. And so it's just something that, as I said, we offer as a gift to the community.
And I'm going to be real tacky right here and say, as a person who will be sitting in the audience, please take your birth to 4-year-old to child care, because, you know, there's nothing worse than when you all have worked as hard as you've worked and to sit in the audience and somebody's child is not happy.
Well,
And
I'll defer to you on that.
I know,
but, you know,
I know, and I can do that because the big salary I get paid for doing this show, they're not going to worry about it. But I do, I do think sometimes, and I'm a parent, I do think sometimes parents are unconscious to the fact that other people are there, and it does make a difference. And I think that's wonderful, free child care, and you can't get that anywhere else. So now you did mention the performance is free. So do people have to have a ticket? Do they have to make reservations? What do they do?
No, they do not have to have either one of those. We just encourage them to come. Now, if there's people who are watching who are maybe from churches that want to bring a group of 30 or 40,
okay,
if you'll call the church ahead of time, like as soon as possible, we'll try to make accommodations for you and get you some group seating. But it's basically just first come, first served with seating, so people get there early so that they can sit, close to the front or wherever they might like to be. We have a lot. We have floor seating, and then we have balcony.
Yes,
it's really
you do.
more like theater seating,
it is.
in the back. And a lot of people like to sit there because they feel like they can see the whole scope of things better. But it's just whatever you prefer. But it is first come, first served. I would like to mention the times before we forget to mention that. It's this coming weekend, December 7th, 8th, and 9th. And just think 7-4-4-7. It's 7 o'clock on Friday night, 4 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. Then Sunday afternoon, we are at 4, and Sunday night at 7. So Friday at 7, Saturday at 4, Sunday at 4 and 7.
As a former choir director who did nothing anywhere near what you all are doing, I used a little bit of the Knoxville Symphony on some of the things I did at Sweetwater. 4 and 7 on Sunday. Do we take a lot of vitamins? What do we do to be sure we can do this?
The program is about an hour and 40 minutes or so. So it starts at 4, it'll be over about 5:40, 5:45 at the latest. So it gives a little bit of time, and we serve a meal. All of the choir members and people bring a potluck thing, and there's nothing better than a Baptist potluck. No offense to you as a Methodist.
Well, I don't know. The Methodists might be pretty close there. Yeah.
But we have a meal where we eat together and just kind of relax, because there's really at that point no need to. Yes, we're getting ready to have our last performance, so there's no need to worry about polishing this or working on this section.
Right.
If you don't know it by then, you don't know it, right?
Absolutely.
But that gives us our energy, and we relax and just have a good time. If anything, we go into a food coma, the last one.
And hopefully not a lot of desserts, so you really don't go into a sugar coma. But
right.
But I was thinking about that because a lot, of course, you have different ages, even in your adult choir.
That's right.
You have younger folks, and then you have people my age. And so,
and a lot older.
Well, thank you. They probably not, but I appreciate that thought. But I'm just thinking, an hour and a half of standing there singing and doing this and that and the other, and then another hour and a half. But I think that's awesome.
Well, I'm not going to lie. It is taxing.
Yes.
There is no doubt. But now we do try very consciously to have breaks where people can sit and rest. We may show a video, or we may have something that's going on that will give them an opportunity to sit for even just a minute or two.
Yes,
that can really
I know.
help.
That really helps.
So we do plan opportunities for them to rest, but it is taxing, and our people are so committed and so willing and so giving of themselves. And again, this is not just the choir, but the orchestra, the band, the technical team, people that working in childcare, volunteers helping me getting the students on and off the stage at the right time, help getting the children on and off the stage at the right time. I mean, it takes an army of people. And again, now this is being our 8th year, we're starting to develop a little bit of continuity and familiarity with what we're trying to
There's a rhythm
accomplish.
to what you're doing now.
Yes, and the dress rehearsals seem to go a lot better now than they used to, because everybody kind of has an idea of what we want them to do.
Right.
So.
Of course, with the younger children, that this is their first year in, then that I used
it's like herding cats.
It is. It is. I used to tell people when I was the choir director at Sweetwater, I used to say, if I can just get them lined up, we will be fine.
That's exactly
But the lining up is, they'll get there on the stage, they'll get in front of that microphone, but will they line up? I don't know.
But they're so cute, and we
they
have
are.
the best time. People always talk every year about the children and the students being a part of it, and how that just adds so much to the production.
And I think it's really good for kids starting at age 5, whatever age you start your children at, because once they're up in front of people, I think it helps later on in life when you have to get up and speak in front of people.
Sure.
I know I started singing in the children's choir at my church years ago. I was probably 3 or 4 years old. And so I'm not going to say I don't have a problem speaking in front of groups now, but I think it makes it easier when you have been in front of groups before.
Sure. It helps you develop self-confidence.
It does.
And just the ability to stand there and learn how to conduct yourself. And yeah, absolutely.
And how many people will be in the total performance?
I would say in the neighborhood of 400,
Wow.
something like that. We've got almost 200 in our choir.
I knew you did.
And then we have the orchestra that will have anywhere from 30 to 35. We have the band, all the dancers, probably 50 or 60 dancers. And then the children, I've got about 60 to 70 in my student choir. We'll have
Wow.
about 70 or 80 children singing. So maybe over 400. I don't
Well,
know,
I'm
but
tired already.
It's a lot. The media team, of course, there's a lot of volunteers that work there as well.
Wow. And this is awesome, and it's free.
It is. It's our gift to the community.
And I think that's wonderful.
We've talked before about, should we charge or should we, and try to offset some of these costs. And people, we just have that discussion. We decide, no, this is our gift. God has blessed First Baptist with resources. We're thankful for that. People are faithful in their giving, and we just make it a part of our budget every year. And we just offer this to the community, and we want them to be blessed by it and enjoy it and experience the beauty of Christmas together.
I think that's awesome, and I want everybody to remember 7447.
That's right.
That's real simple, 7447. Now, I have some friends that went last year, and they thought they got there early, and they still didn't get what they thought were good seats.
Right. That's
So,
what I'm saying. Come as early as you can. We're not going to be rehearsing beforehand. All that's done. After our Wednesday night dress rehearsal, we'll come back and gather and start at 7 o'clock Friday
Okay.
night. So they can almost get there, pretty much when they want to come. I don't know what time the doors will open exactly, but I would say probably at least by 5 or 5:30.
okay, I was wondering about that because I used to be on a committee where we did things for older women, myself included, and if it was at 7, people came at 5:30.
Yes.
So, so we want to...
We have a service every Sunday morning at 8:15, and Nancy, we'll have people sitting out there at 7:15, just before the service starts at 8:15, and I'll go out and I'll shake hands with you because I always get there really early, and I'll go shake hands, talk to. It's the same group every week, and you always go out and say, how you doing? You had a good week, and everything, how's it going? I'll tell them a joke or something like that, But it's amazing. They start coming in at 7:15,
I know,
7:30.
and I think it's wonderful, Jim, that you go out there and greet them and reward them for being.
Well, sure.
It is amazing. I have to be at Broad Street at 8 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes that's an ordeal for me, but I'm excited about this. I think it's great. Can you give some people a few hints of what some of the songs are you're going to be singing, or do you want to give anything away?
I really would not like to give anything
Okay.
away, but I will just say that I believe I can say with all confidence that if they don't particularly maybe care for this particular song, they're going to love the next one.
Okay.
And vice versa, because we do all different kinds of styles, classics, all the way to Christmas carols, both Christian and secular. Like I said, Deck the Halls and things like that. We try to do a lot of stuff. We'll have snow coming down on the
wow.
stage, and I'm telling you, the special effects, our media team, I know I've talked about it 3 or 4 times, but it's spectacular. It's just worth the effort to get there, if for no other reason than that.
And that is fantastic. And so there's 4 performances.
Correct.
And 7-4-4-7.
7 Friday, 4 o'clock on Saturday, and 4 and 7 on Sunday.
And it is free. And you have plenty of parking.
Yes, we do, and we even will have shuttles out
Oh,
there.
I was gonna ask
we have
about
our
that.
little guys with the the long extended go-karts, not go-karts, golf carts.
Golf carts,
That will pick up people and bring them to the door and things like that. Absolutely.
So if you have to park a far
Fur piece.
over there, then they can be shuttled in.
Absolutely. We'll
And
do everything
that's
we can to
awesome.
help them. Yeah.
I think that's wonderful. Now, if anybody doesn't know where First Baptist Church is, tell everybody where you all are located.
Well, it's real simple. If you're near the interstate, just get off at exit 27, Paul Huff Parkway, and head east, and just come down. You'll pass Walmart, and then you keep going straight, and you'll cross over the hill about a mile after Walmart. You can't miss our church on the left. Just exit at 27. You don't have to make any other turns, so you turn into the parking lot.
That is true. They're off of
But
Stewart Road.
We're at 1275 Stewart Road.
Okay.
Paul Huff Parkway turns into Stewart Road
Yes, it
there
does.
at Keith Street.
And I just think this is a wonderful thing for you all to do for the community, and I just think it's wonderful that all of your people that volunteer to do this. Or I have some friends that are in your adult choir, and they just wear me out talking about this. I'm thinking, "Phew, can't do that anymore. Used to do that, just can't do it anymore." But I just think it's wonderful. So it starts at 7-4-4-7 Friday. That's this Friday, folks.
That's right.
Saturday.
December 7th.
Yeah, the 7th, 8th, and 9th, and at First Baptist Church, and it's free.
That's right.
And that's wonderful.
Thank you.
Jim, thank you so much for being on with
Nancy,
me
it's
today.
a pleasure to meet you, and thank you so much for having me.
Well, thank you. I just think this is a wonderful gift that First Baptist gives to the community, and I just think, how many people will your sanctuary seat?
Well, it kind of depends on how it's configured. Normally on a Sunday morning, you probably get about 1,100 people
Okay.
in there, but we have to take some chairs out because we move the band and the orchestra off stage for the Christmas production.
Okay.
Because the stage is just full of all the things that are going on. We extend the choir loft on both sides
wow.
and all this kind of
Okay.
stuff. So I would say probably about 800 to 850. So it's not that large. That's why it's important to get there early.
Yeah, but you got 4 opportunities to be one of those 800 people.
That's right.
So be sure that you do that.
Yep.
Jim, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
on with me. My producer is inside that window right there just waving frantically because we've gone over our allotted time, but I don't care. Can you see how concerned I am about it? It just
Well,
doesn't bother me at
It's
all.
that high dollar salary that you get.
That's
you
it.
can make
That's
all
it.
those shots.
That's
right.
it. And so I'll give Alex a little relief now by saying thank you, Jim. I appreciate you being on with me. Folks, don't go away. Watch our commercials and support our sponsors because they pay our bills. And I'll be right back with my second guest. So please stay with us.